Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Dr. Faustina Speaks, where we grow in purpose, discipline and excellence. Over the past several weeks, we've explored mentorship from many angles. Its power, we taught the horns, why it's not a one-size-fits-all, the unspoken rules of mentorship, and the often overlooked work of being a great mentor. So today, I want to introduce a powerful concept that has the potential to completely change how young professionals think about mentorship. It is a concept called reverse mentorship, when the mentee becomes the mentor. And if you use it well as a young professional, it will position you in a invaluable in a room where you find yourself. So today, I want to tell you why you are ready to mentor as a young professional. Yes, I want to tell you why you are ready right now to mentor with the experience you already have. So, and doing so will accelerate your career faster and help you to also complement the traditional mentorship. So here is the reframe that will change everything. Mentorship is not just about dispensing wisdom from the mountaintop. It's not about dispensing wisdom from above. It's also about helping someone cross a bridge that you just walked. Think about a scenario where 6 months ago, 1 year ago, you were onboarded into a role. Okay? And that role, you didn't know anything about it. You didn't know about what matters on that role. You didn't even know how to navigate the politics or the environment. And someone helped you figure it out and you survived. And now, imagine someone walks in tomorrow, right where you were 6 months or 1 year ago. That person does not need the executive to tell them how to succeed. That person needs you. You still have that muscle, you still have that memory, you still could remember the exact tutorial that helped you. So you remembered the mistakes you made and the things you were not able to get right. So you will be the right mentor for that person. Then, the moment you are one step ahead of anyone else on something you have done, you are in the position to mentor that person. So, the concept of reverse mentorship is when a younger person or less experienced professional mentors someone senior on a domain where the junior person have more fluency. Think about things like artificial intelligence tools, the social media platforms, the emerging design softwares, and some of the latest productivity software or systems that we have. So I am one of the people, or one of the more experienced person that is now a mentee to some of the Gen Zs around me, including my own children, when it comes to artificial intelligence and social media platforms. I am one of the mentees on that. Because some senior leaders are actually aware that they have blind spots. They are quietly desperate to understand the tools and trends shaping the future of their business or businesses. But they do not know where to start, and they are often embarrassed to ask their peers or the younger ones to mentor them. You, however, as a young professional, you're already swimming in these waters. So the gap between you, what you know, and what they need is the opportunity you need. So, as a young professional, when you offer to bridge that gap, not as a subordinate seeking for approval, but as a confident guide offering genuine expertise that will help change the dynamics of the senior person. You are no longer at that point the junior person. You are a strategic asset. The move is simple. Identify one area you are naturally ahead on the curve. Then find a senior leader who openly admits they need help. Then, because it is becoming increasingly important in today's world, rapid world, to be up to speed, that experienced leader would appreciate that gesture. Because what if I tell you that some of the most valuable mentoring relationships today, they are happening in the opposite direction? So a senior executive may have decades of leadership experience, but may struggle with emerging technologies, digital platform, artificial intelligence, social media strategy, and changing workplace expectations. So reverse mentorship accelerates growth because it places you in a conversation and environment where trust, visibility, and influence are built. So someone who brings knowledge to organizational needs, someone who makes a senior leader life easier and their decision sharper, you will be recognized when it matters. So think about this. If a senior leader begins to rely on your expertise in a particular area, and you gain something far more valuable than the regular mentorship. First, you need to identify that skill where you have to leverage upon. So the practical question becomes, what can you reverse mentor on as a young professional? How can you, as a young professional, practice reverse mentorship? First, you have to identify a skill or area where you have genuine expertise. Second, stay curious and continue to learn so your knowledge remains relevant. The third thing you need to do is to look for opportunity to add value rather than simply seeking value. And that is the most delicate part. How do you offer to mentor a senior leader without sounding arrogant or disrespectful? So, the reframing or the framing of it is everything. You are not just walking up to your MD or VP or whatever you call it in your organization and you tell them, oh, let me educate you because I discover you are clueless about XYZ. No, that is career limiting. No, it's career limiting. Rather, offer your fluency and expertise humbly and approach every interaction with humility. So, here is your challenge this week. Step 1 is for you to identify your reverse mentorship domain. Step 2, identify one senior person in your organization or network who probably openly admitted they want to grow in that area. And the step 3, draft a message with humble fluency and send to that person. Or you approach that person boldly and have a discussion with them. So, as I begin to close, I want to leave you with these thoughts. The future of mentorship is not one direction. They are built on shared learning. So, if this message resonates with you, share it with a young professional who needs to hear it. Subscribe and let us keep growing in purpose, discipline, and excellence together. Until next week, keep learning, keep contributing, and keep growing. Thank you and remain blessed.